Here we have a 2021 Nissan Murano. And this one comes in the SL trim level with all-wheel drive. In that beautiful deep blue pearl on graphite leather interior. And the powertrain is going to consist of a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 made into a CVT. And that puts out 260 horsepower and 240 pound-feet of torque. So as we get to the front end here, we have LED daytime running lights along with LED headlamps and LED fog lights. And down here we have 20-inch machined aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on the front two doors. And here are the controls for our power windows, power door locks, and power mirrors, as well as our memory seating. And then we have our blind spot monitors there. Nissan safety features. And there's our power driver's seat with power lumbar support. And on to the back seat. Pretty bright out today. So not bad leg room. I'm 6'3" and I have the seat adjusted for me up front. And then I still have a little bit of space back here, and I could lean the seat up a little bit more because it was back further than I needed it to be, but you can fit 5 full-size adults in here if you need to. We'll take that back, probably 4. Because here in the center you have your AC vents. Then you have 2-stage outboard heated seats in the back, a USB-C charging port, and a USB-A charging port. And here's our center seat folded down, our armrests, 2 cup holders, and a little spot for phones or change or whatever. But now we're gonna go ahead and check out the back and the cargo space. So there's our back end there. And there we have our cargo space. And then if you want to let down the seats on either side here, you just pull this, and then when the seats are up far enough, they'll fold flat. And then to fold the seats back up, you just pull them back. And here we have our power passenger seat. I do love this blue though, very pretty. Let's take a quick look under the hood. And there's our mostly covered 3.5-liter V6. So let's hop in the driver's seat. So we have a nice leather wrap steering wheel here, which you can heat over here and toggle that. And then to our radio, it's one of our home screens there. And then you also have AM, FM, along with XM radio. And then you have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, along with Bluetooth audio. There's our navigation map. There's our backup camera with our bird's eye view. And then down here we have dual zone automatic climate controls. That's how we toggle that there. And then we have our USB-C and USB-A ports here to run off the radio for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as an aux input. And then here's our shifter. So we press this, reverse, neutral, drive, and then we can slide over here and shift the revs manually with the CVT. And then 2-stage heated seats for the front driver and passenger as well. And here we have our center console space here. And then you have another 12 volt along with the one up there. And then we have a nice big panoramic sunroof. So you can one touch tilt that or one touch slide it. Goes back pretty far. And then you can one touch close as well. And there's our glove compartment with our owner's manuals. And then we have a Bose sound system as well. But to the left side of our steering wheel, we have the controls to go through our gauge cluster. And then we also have our Bluetooth controls here, volume controls here. And then on the right side of the steering wheel, we have our adaptive cruise controls. We can adjust the gap for that. Here's our push button start. And finally, here's our key fob with remote start. And now it's time for us to go ahead and take this 2021 Murano SL out on the road for a quick test drive. So far, I'm really loving how the vehicle drives. The traffic isn't as thick as it usually is any other time of day around here, and I'm not having to brake harder or accelerate harder, and it's just driving really, really smoothly. And the CVT definitely helps with that because it keeps the revs low to save on fuel, but what that also does is keep the engine bay quiet as well. And then when you do need to give it throttle, it's ready for you. So we'll give it some throttle here getting on the interstate. Really good grip coming around that corner with the all-wheel drive. Really nice. And it's actually quite well insulated, at least going at this speed. I'm doing about 70. I can hear the wind, but I can also hear where the vehicle is blocking it more than it normally would in a car that didn't have this kind of insulation in it. And so far, overall, this has just been a really easy car to maneuver, and a lot of people are gonna like that. If you're looking for a vehicle that drives nice, gets good gas mileage, that's gonna be one of your boxes to check most likely. Just handles really well to be on these 20-inch wheels. And as I bring it to an end here, I'm actually quite impressed with this vehicle. I didn't think it would be as easy to maneuver, as quiet, and as comfortable as it is. So just with those three things in mind, definitely not a bad buy. Which brings me to an end of my review of the 2021 Nissan Murano SL all-wheel drive.